Hey, y'all. Hey. Good afternoon. Good evening. I am so excited to be talking to you guys. OMG. Boone done showed up in court, y'all. And she big mad and she big rude. So let's get into it. Thank you guys all so very, very much for being here. I super appreciate it. While we're here, let's all give Allie some extra love in the chat because little Bentley needs some extra love. I'll let her talk about it because it's, that would be rude. But just make sure everybody says something sweet and give Allie lots of hearts in the chat. Okay? All right. So let's start. What had happened was, and I just got this, so I'm so sorry for the late notice, but I wanted to get on here. I wanted to talk about it with you guys really quickly. This is so they had to come up with a system for how Sarah could view her discovery. Okay. So that's really what this is about mostly. But we're going to hear it straight from the judge. The audio is not that great, unfortunately. So I put the subtitles or the closed captions on. They're pretty accurate. It's just the audio is kind of wonky in this courtroom. Okay. And by the way, I really hope they get it fixed by the time trial starts. All right. So here we go. Are y'all ready? Well, it's not, you're not going to get to hear anything if I try to push it play from there. All right, here we go.
Mr. Cacciatore?
Dave Cacciatore on behalf of the state.
Ms. Boone, good morning. Could you please raise your right hand so Madam Clerk can swear you in?
Yes.
Ma'am, good morning. Could you state your name and date of birth for the record for me?
Sarah Boone, 10-10-77.
We also have a representative from Prison Break Investigation. Sir, if you could come forward, please. If you could, sir, raise your right hand. Madam Clerk's going to go ahead and swear you in. All right, sir, good morning. Could you state your name for the record?
Billy Lane.
And Mr. Lane, what's your affiliation with Prison Break Investigations?
I'm the owner and chief investigator.
Okay, very good. The reason the court had this hearing this morning is the court has found that Ms. Boone has forfeited her right to counsel and waived her right to counsel alternatively by virtue of her conduct in this case. As such, Ms. Boone is currently representing herself. The court has been working diligently to provide you the discovery. I received your letter, ma'am, and I have reviewed it. We have not forgotten about you. It's just taken some time in order to coordinate the appropriate processes with the jail. In conversations with the jail, a laptop has been secured and will be issued to you after USB drives are provided with all the discovery. Upon the jail's receipt of those items, the following provisions will be adhered to. The laptop, charging cable, and USB devices will be kept in the FDC main control room when not in use. At no time will the charging cord be placed in the housing unit. Upon the return of the laptop to the FDC main control, the laptop will be placed on the charging cable to ensure it is available for the next day's usage. The laptop and USB device is to be accounted for with the control room inventory. The control room DST or CO will make logbook entries for the issuing and returning the USB device and laptop. The dorm officer will make logbook entries for the receiving and returning of these items to the applicable movement officer. A notebook entry will be completed in IMS for every issuance of the laptop and USB device to inmate Boone. The laptop and USB device will be available daily to you, Ms. Boone, between 0800 and 1600 hours. A notebook entry will be completed in IMS for every issuance of the laptop and USB device to yourself, Ms. Boone. The discovery was provided at the court previously and is in the two bankers boxes that are in front of the court to your left, Mr. Lane. I'm going to order you, sir, to take possession and custody of that discovery that was provided to the court previously on June 28, 2024. You, through Prison Break investigations, shall copy all of the discovery onto as many USB jump drives as necessary. The Judicial Administration Commission for the state of Florida shall be responsible for the fees and costs due to Prison Break investigations for copying all of the discovery onto as many USB jump drives as necessary. You will appear for a hearing with the court on August 1st, 2024 at 8:45 in courtroom 12A of the Orange County Courthouse with the discovery and all USB jump drives containing the discovery. A representative from the Orange County Jail shall also appear for that hearing as well. At that point in time, Prison Break Investigation shall hand deliver all USB jump drives containing the discovery to the representative from the Orange County Jail in order to be placed onto the laptop that is currently secured and to be issued to the defendant for all trial and court preparation. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
I have a conflict for August 1st, Your Honor. I'm
Okay.
going to be out of state from Tuesday until Fridays next week, which I believe is in conference August 1st for my son's wedding.
Okay, well, congratulations. When do you return from your son's wedding, sir?
I will be back late Friday evening, so I'll be available the following week.
Okay, will you be able to complete that task by that time?
Yes, sir. I'll do my best.
Okay, sir, we will see you on give me a second, I want to make sure I get the date right. Monday, August 5 at 8:45.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you'll be given a copy of the order that I just read from. Ms. Boone, you'll also be given a copy of the order. Do you have any questions for me?
I am thoroughly confused.
Okay. So if you're just joining us, I just wanted to let everybody know who's just joined us that Sarah Boone made an appearance today in court. The judge had to coordinate with the jail so that Sarah could have her discovery and not violate any of the jail rules, not put anybody in danger or herself in danger or any of the staff. I mean, there's all kinds of, logistics that have to be worked out. So the bottom line is the public or the private investigator that the state is paying for, who's been on her case since lawyer number, 3-4 lawyers ago, is going to take custody of the 2 boxes of her discovery. He's going to, put them all on jump drives. They're going to all meet back in the court, and he is going to take those jump drives, put them on a jail issued laptop. And then there's a whole procedure for how the laptop will be it won't be, she can't charge it while she's using it. And just, how the whole chain of custody and everything to make sure that Sarah is able to view her discovery, prepare her for her case. She'll be allowed to use the laptop from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. And that way she can, prepare her case. And also she will have privacy because obviously she's in jail. She's got, it's just a pod, kind of like Letitia. There's a bunch of people there. So they made all of these accommodations so that Sarah can represent herself. And the first thing out of her mouth is rudeness. Here we go. By the way, while I am clicking play, if you could click the thumbs up button, I would be greatly appreciative. Pretty please. All right, here we go.
Was the notice ever put online for this or mailed to anyone? I don't even know why Mr. Lane is here. I don't know why I'm here.
Well, ma'am, you are now representing yourself, and previously you had requested to appear at every hearing that was held. As you are now representing yourself, the court cannot have any hearings regarding your case without you being here. I put on the record and explained to you the process that the court has had with communications with the jail. I'm not allowed to look at any of that. I'm not allowed to copy any of that. So in speaking with the jail and understanding that you still have a private investigator that was provided to you through the state that's being compensated by the state, you're still allowed to utilize his services. The protections of the attorney-client privilege are still applicable to him. So he's able to review any of these documents, ensure that they are safely copied without violating any terms of the privileges. Those will then be placed on multiple USB drives and provided to you. Those USB drives will then be uploaded to a computer that has been secured for you at the jail for you to access all of that information.
Okay. My question is, was a notice of hearing posted or mailed to anyone to where apparently the news crews obviously got it? How is it that I do not know anything about this other than my bunk being kicked at 3 o'clock in the morning telling me I have court?
Ma'am, I have no other way to get in touch with you other than setting the hearing, which was set yesterday once I received confirmation from the jail as to the processes for how this would work. And I understand that your case is important, and I want to move it as efficiently, as diligently as possible. I know that you've been waiting for this information, and it took some time to confirm the process with the jail. You've advised me that you have very limited space. You have almost no privacy. You have a small drawer where you can keep some personal effects. We could not send all of those boxes with you to the jail, and the jail advised me that they cannot take all those boxes. A process had to be created to make sure, and this is the process.
The process that I was explained after speaking to a couple of sergeants, and I've been waiting for that, and I would much rather prefer a hard copy of these to where I can write on them as opposed to anything that's on a laptop.
I am unable to provide that for you. I have been provided the process has been provided to me by the Orange County Jail.
We have reviewed your request, Sarah, and your request has been denied. You don't need to write on your discovery. You can get legal pads, pieces of paper at the jail, and you can take your notes. You never want to write on your discovery, ma'am. What if you intend to use those for exhibits at a later date? You know, October 7th when your trial starts, like then, that's probably not a good idea. And I can already tell that hearing the word no is Sarah's face right now. I can see that little hamster in that wheel just a turning, and I can hear that. I can hear she's not pleased. She's no me gusta right now. It's all processing. And you know how Sarah feels about the word no. All right, here we go.
I understand that's your preference, but I can't do anything more than what I've done right now.
I understand. And I have had other information given to me, which is why I've been waiting for the boxes for them. So I don't know, is this something that I need to pursue continuously still for me to be able to receive my hard copies? Because no one tells me anything.
Okay, stop saying no one tells you anything. You're being told right now. What do you think is happening? What do you think you're in some kind of dream sequence? I'm thoroughly confused. Apparently, a deputy or whoever it is that you spoke to at the jail was misinformed. I don't think they realized you probably asked a weird ass question like you always do. And so you probably got misinformation. That happens. Okay. The judge is telling you right this second exactly how it's going to go. So stop arguing about it, accept it, figure out how you're going to make it work moving forward. Lord.
I cannot answer that question because that may call for me providing you legal advice, which I am prohibited from doing.
Okay. Well, because I have no other way of contacting you other than in a letter, and it's AKA worldwide. So am I supposed to go back and speak to the captain and whoever else it is that I might need to speak to in order to receive these?
Again, I cannot answer that question. All I can tell you is that we will have a hearing on August 5, whereby which Prison Break Investigations will provide all of the information on USB drives. Those will be provided to a representative from the Orange County Jail who will place all that information on a laptop for you to use, and that's accessible for your use from 0800 to 1600 every day.
Right. Okay, so I guess I will figure that out, because if I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning, I can't utilize the laptop, which is another reason why I was looking forward to the hard copies. So my other question is my time prorated for the time that I've been waiting for my discovery?
I'm not sure I understand what that means.
Will I be having additional time added, or will it be extended from the time period of me waiting for my discovery still?
I'm not in a position to answer that question. I don't know what it is that you're asking for.
My pretrial is supposedly set for September 24th, I believe it is. So obviously I will not be prepared. And obviously I do not know what I'm doing. And obviously I'm still waiting for my discovery. So for that time period that I have been waiting for almost 4 weeks now, will that be added to the time frame in order for me to be properly prepared?
As of right now, the dates are what the dates are, ma'am.
Okay, so I just miss a week, a month.
The dates are what the dates are.
So I also sent you, I believe, 5 motions. Have you received those?
No, ma'am, I have not.
They were mailed last week.
Then I have not received them yet. The last correspondence I got from you, ma'am, was received on July 8th.
Okay. Again, why would you need to have your time prorated? Every letter is from 2023 onward, which we're only in 2024, but has said ongoing 5 years. You're going to be allowed access from 8 to 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8 hours a day, 7 days a week for you to study your discovery, for you to be provided your laptop, right? If you're up at 2 o'clock in the morning, might I suggest that you get your stuff together? Obviously, the first day is going to be a little bit difficult, right? Because you haven't had access to your laptop. So on day number 1, when you get all of these materials, okay, you start out at 8, you work diligently until 4 o'clock. Then you know what you have. And so maybe you take some stuff from the library and you start preparing yourself from 2 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock in the morning. Look, make it work. You're the one who did this to themselves. You're the one who wrote letter after letter after letter. And the judge just told you why your letters don't get answered. Because it can be seen as him giving you legal advice. And he is prohibited from doing that, which I told you, I don't know, 6 letters ago. I told you who to write, but you didn't listen because you don't subscribe to my channel, because you're mad about the YouTubers. So some of us YouTubers, while we are critical, we do have constructive criticism, ma'am. There are some helpful hints in here if you would listen, lady. But no, you're just rather be mad. You know what they have against you, Sarah. Stop playing. It's not like you haven't had an opportunity to discuss your case with anybody ever. Jeez. Sorry about that rant, y'all. Here we go.
5 motions I've mailed. They're probably sitting wherever else it is, considering it takes a day for you all to receive my mail, considering I'm right down the street from you all.
Okay, first of all, don't be all persnickety, Sarah. This attitude has not served you well in the past. Look at the bailiff looking at her. She knows what I'm saying. She's like, what? Do you hear this lady over here? Persnickety. For no reason. The judge doesn't have control over that. You're in jail. You're limited. Just work within the confines. You understand your limitations. Make it work. Where's that positive attitude that you are wanting out of your attorneys? Where's that somebody please be nice to me attitude? Don't you know how to be nice to other people? Obviously not, which is why you're here, lady.
So I have those also in order, which may change whatever information or anything that I'm trying to acquire in between now, the month less that I have in order to prepare for my trial. That's in October. So if you could keep an eye out for those also. I don't know who I'm supposed to ask. How did Mr. Lane come into any of this? Like, how was he called?
Mr. Lane has been your investigator in this case, and he was advised to attend this morning's hearing by virtue of being provided the discovery in order to digitize it so that you can have access to it.
The court contacted him?
I did not contact him.
Am I allowed to speak to him directly?
You can.
He works. Okay.
Mr. Lane?
Sarah, this is why this is a problem. Okay. And this is going to give us a fantastic preview to how this trial is going to go. Okay. So here's the deal. You excel at everything. So excel at this. You do know about your private investigator. because you wrote your previous judge, Judge Wooten, you wrote him a letter referencing your private investigator. So I don't know what's going on here, but stop playing, Sarah Boone. You know who this man is. You know why, this is the only other person that could act as an intermediary, because you acted a straight fool and now you have forfeited your right to the public defender. But you're getting a private investigator. I suggest you utilize him, and he's part of your team. So yeah, you can speak to him. And also, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't have access to anything, how is it that you were able to draft 5 motions? Riddle me that, Boone. Lord, here we go.
And who contacted you in order for you to be here, please?
The JA contacted me.
If I'm pro se and my own attorney, shouldn't I be included in all of this so I know what's going on and not a surprise hearing like it is again for the second time?
Ma'am, again, this is why there were benefits to being represented by counsel. The court has already identified in its 16-page order the reasons for why you no longer have those benefits.
Right. Which
It
is
makes things
malformed.
exceptionally more difficult, as I explained to you, in communicating with the court and communicating with the state attorney's office.
Isn't that what a certificate of service is for anything that's filed by anybody in the court?
There
That
was,
should be included in that.
ma'am, there was no certificate of service for setting this for today. This was coordinated by the JA. You were advised as soon as it was set yesterday.
It's just very odd to me that the news knew about it before I did.
Again, I can't speak to that.
It's not that unusual, Sarah. Okay. The news is in the free world, and they have access to the docket, to the court docket. And you can create an account and you can request updates, and they will email you. This is how the news knows. Okay. Sheesh. And now, because you're representing yourself too, I imagine that you will be notified differently. I imagine that you will get some different type of notice that you've been getting thus far. Okay? Stop having an attitude. I don't understand how you continue to do the same things, behave the same way, treat people the same way, and you constantly expect a different result. But yet, you'll write 11 billion pages worth of nonsense chastising everybody else for their poor and negative attitude. Why don't you take some of your own advice? You're rude.
And so nonetheless, my constitutional right to counsel is being forfeited on your behalf in the court. So now I don't get appropriate notice in preparation for me to be able to be here and doing what I'm supposed to be doing and act as and perform as?
I've already addressed the reasons, ma'am, for why there was a forfeiture and alternatively a waiver in the 16-page order that you were provided. Again, it's difficult to communicate with you based on where your current housing is. I'm not able to pick up the phone. The judicial assistant's not able to pick up the phone to communicate with you or send you an email to schedule certain things. And it leaves a little bit of the level of further complication.
How is it the news knows before I do?
I just explained that to you. You can ask the judge 80 different times in 30 different ways, and his answer is going to be the same. He's not the news. He doesn't know. Sheesh. The fact of the matter is, you are there. You are doing what you're supposed to be doing. All this is to notify you of the procedure moving forward. That's it. You don't have a say in the procedure because you are the inmate at the jail. It's between the jail and the judge. They're coordinating how to best get your discovery to you. Lord.
Keep asking the same question and the answer is going to be the same. I cannot answer that question for you because I do not know.
Okay, but you do know it's harder for me.
I would agree with that, yes.
And you do know that you did not ask me any questions in regards to your order. You just read it straight off and never asked me what's what or how many with anything of it.
Ma'am, if you have questions, I can certainly try to answer them. I'm trying to facilitate you getting that information that you're certainly entitled to. and it took time for a process to be created by the Orange County Jail. As they had advised me, they do not have a place to store 2 bankers' boxes of information, nor are they in a position to provide you physical copies. This is what I've been advised as the process is. As soon as that process was finalized, I set the hearing. This was finalized yesterday.
No one ever asks me. I've been waiting for the boxes. I really don't know what to say, and because I supposedly have no way to contact you other than a letter, and the same for you, I don't know how the news crews got here before I did, but I don't know going forward, how is it that I'm supposed to be able to communicate with you other than me sitting here in front of you at these, I guess, supposed surprise hearings that I'm going to have every single time that it is that you would like to speak to me? Is that what it's going to be?
Ma'am, I cannot answer that question. All I can tell you is that you can communicate with the court through the avenues that you've been utilizing previously by and through letter writing. As I said, I do not have your letters that you sent last week. They're not in the court file, and they were not in my inbox yesterday. So as soon as I receive them, I will diligently review them. And if we have to set a hearing, you'll be properly noticed for it.
In the certificate of service?
You'll be properly noticed for it. Yes, ma'am.
And will there be a proper notice for today?
Notice was performed last night. I've already explained.
Am I allowed to ask the news crews how they got here?
No, ma'am, I'm not going to let you do that. They're not under oath. They're not a party to this action right
Oh
now.
my God.
It's wrong and it's unfair.
You certainly entitled to that opinion.
Okay, again, for the 80th time, it's not wrong, nor is it unfair. Okay, just as you have rights, the rest of the citizens of these United States also have rights. And one of the rights that we all share is the right to attend trials and hearings. They're public unless otherwise deemed by the judge. Okay? That's why the news is there. For the 11 billionth time, there's an email system. Okay? So you can sit there and be upset about it, but it's not going to change shit.
Am I allowed to ask him a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Mr. Lane, how is it that you and I are supposed to be speaking to one another?
So my suggestion would be, since you're now the attorney and you are pro se, that either you or your honor gives me access to the jail to come visit with you, and I'll be happy to do that. It is the policy of the Orange County Jail to have a letter representing an attorney to allow me to access you. After meeting with the past previous couple of attorneys, I've had the ability to come out and access you, but that's changed. I would be happy to continue to move forward with any investigative actions that can be with this, as long as I get that access.
So you need a letter from me.
Or the judge or the jail, somebody that will allow me access to you. Yes, ma'am.
And I send it to you directly?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this a letter also that you'll be supplying to him?
I don't know that I'm in a position to compel the Orange County Jail to do anything.
But you all are the ones who contacted him.
But I can't tell the jail, let this person come talk to you. If they have a policy where you need to provide the letter, then you need to provide the letter.
So until you have that letter, you and I will not be able to speak with one another?
I will contact the jail myself and find out if there's an extension to pro se, or maybe they can speak to you directly to circumvent the actual letter itself.
Thank you.
Ma'am, do you have any other questions?
I don't think you have enough time. I'm just doing my best, and if you could please keep an eye out for my motions.
I will be on the lookout for them. You said there were 5, correct?
Yes.
I will
If
be
you
on.
could please include me on the certificate of service for whatever hearings that we have that are no longer a surprise for me, please.
Understood. You'll be given a copy of the court's order that I read momentarily, and I will see you both on August 5 at 8:45 in the morning. All right. Thank you all very much. Mr. Cacciatore, anything further, sir?
Nothing from the state.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day. Oh, wait, before you leave, that is all going to be yours. Yes, I would, sir, so that you can begin the digitization process. All right, I'll see you on the 5th. Perfect. Thank you, sir. Yes.
Oh, she's speaking to the media. Give me a sec. Okay, so what I'm going to guess is that there will be some type of update with whatever it is she's telling this reporter right here. Also, I just on a side note, I really liked that reporter's nail color. That was really pretty. Anyway, so there you have it. This is going to be a little glimpse into how the trial is going to be with Sarah, unless there's some attorney out there who feels that this is worth undertaking and they offer their services. At the end of the day, it's not going to change the dates. The judge was very clear in his orders. Preparation for trial is not enough of a reason, excuse me, is not enough of a reason for him to continue anything. He's not going to prolong this any longer. And Lil Red says, how is she allowed to speak to the media? I mean, the bailiff there is letting her. She has the right to speak to the media if she wants to. But I feel like obviously I can't hear what she's saying, and I'm not a lip reader, but Sarah's demeanor looks just as persnickety from the front as it did from the profile. So I can only imagine how this ends up being, this interview goes, like how it's reported on. Well, oops, sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. Yeah, the judge said that she can't ask them questions on the record because they were not sworn in and they're not part of the process. The court is no longer in session. This is an interview. This is very different. And I'm sure she did ask that question, and I'm sure that it will be covered. I'm sure that whoever that is, whichever media outlet this is, that they're going to tell her, listen, there's an email system. We know how to work it. Sorry, you don't. But I don't think it's somebody from the state. And the reason why I don't think it's from somebody from the state is because it would be Mr. Cacciatore over there who appeared through Zoom. But it's possible that this could be somebody from the state. I kind of don't think that it is, though. I mean, anything's possible. I mean, I don't exactly know who she's speaking to. No, I mean, he can't. No. Okay, so there's no gag order in this case. So he can't prohibit Sarah from speaking to the media about anything or including her case ever, unless there's a gag order, which I'm super interested in these 5 motions that she has filed, because of course, I'm interested in seeing what motion she has in front of her, or what she's decided her motion should be. But also, I'm curious because she came in there and she said she was thoroughly confused and had no idea how we got to this point, although there's a 16-page order that outlines it in no uncertain terms. It's very, very clear how we got here. But she acts like she has no way to prepare for her case. But without her discovery, but yet you didn't have your discovery when you made those 5 motions. So you are doing things for your case. You are able to do things. It's so ridiculous. Like, she doesn't hear herself, and she's not an attorney. And this, it is going to be interesting. Let me see how this ends, if there's anything after, or if it just ends like super abrupt. Hold on. Huh. All right. Well, I guess we will have to wait and see if there's an update. I'm going to check that news station, the local news station, and see if there's an update following what's not true. Hold on. What's not true, babe? Trying to follow. I want to make sure. I'm trying to figure out what you're saying isn't true. And I know that there's a delay between. Oh. Yes. And the other thing she wrote is, or the other thing she said I did catch was, I don't know who I'm supposed to contact. Okay. All right. Thank you for your fine lip reading skills, Sarah Bellum. I appreciate that very, very much. So yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. For now, I'm going to let you guys go. I've been working on a lot of stuff, so there will be content. It's coming. Please be patient with me. I know that I'm behind on the West Memphis 3 Patreon. I'll make it up to you guys on Sunday. I thank you guys all very, very much for being here. I will, of course, be looking at the court docket because I would imagine, today is Thursday. I have a feeling that those 5 motions will be they probably either will get them today or tomorrow, and they should be uploaded to her to the Orange County clerk shortly thereafter. So I will keep checking on that. Now, I want you guys to, if you're interested in the Gypsy Rose stuff, I have a video that I'm working on, a recap from her show, episodes 2, 3, and 4. And that should be done here in a little while. I probably would have been done by now, but I wanted to go live with you guys. Also, tonight, Melissa Jade and Shakto are going live again on Melissa's channel, and they're going to be going over more Gypsy Rose stuff, and they have invited me to be a guest. I'm not going to be the whole time, like on panel, just because I want to hear what other people think. I already know what I think. So but I will pop up. So are you pulling documents on this case from the county? If so, I won't look. Yeah, that's where I go. I go right to the county clerk and get the documents. So anything that's available to download, I've been doing that. So yeah, we should exactly. We're going to have another letter. We're going to have 5 motions. I can't wait. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I guess I'm going to let you guys go for now. I'm going to play the outro, and then I will see you guys over at Melissa Jade's at 7:30 Eastern. So a little an hour and a little more than an hour and a half from now. All right, you guys have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you over there. Bye.
Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do. Well, fuck you.
No malicious intent or effort was towards it.
No malicious. Pity turn.
2 minutes later.
We all do a little mad sometimes.
And you know this, man.